All right, good morning from Dollywood, the last new park on this trip, second to last park. Yeah, I'm excited. Park opens at 10. It's just before 9 o'clock. The park and tolls opened. I don't know if they're gonna let us into the park early, if they're gonna open the rides early, but you guys know I like to get here early just in case they do. I'm excited for today. Hours are 10 to 6 and weather was looking a little iffy, so I was a little worried, but I don't want to jinx anything, but it seems like the weather's gonna hold off until after the park closes, so let's go enjoy Dollywood. All right, it's 9:03. It looks like we're currently held up at security. This isn't a huge line. Just hoping that they open soon because, again, this is day 10 out of 12. My feet hurt. I don't want to be standing in one place for a long time. Security opened 9:15, so now it's just a question of will they open the park early? I guess it's two questions. Will they open the park early? And if they do that, will they kind of stop us at the end of Main Street, or will we be able to wander around? Ooh, maybe I'll see Dolly. All right, thinking, hoping 9:30. Also, I can already smell the cinnamon bread. That is a wonderful smell. Okay, the people here are so nice. There's a lady at the front taking pictures for the park, and I just wanted a picture of the sign, and she was like, why don't you want one of you, like, you're beautiful, like, our cameras are brand new. Oh my god, she was so sweet. And she's like, are you here all by yourself today? I'm like, yeah, I drove all the way here from New England. She's like, oh my god, I'm so proud, welcome to Dollywood, we're glad to have you here. And I'm like, why can't people be this nice everywhere? Like, I grew up in New England, so I'm used to, just kind of cold, mind your own business. And so, like, yesterday at Six Flags, when we were on the train, like, everyone was waving to each other. They're like, just wave, you're in the South, people are gonna wave back. Like, everyone here is so sweet. New England, step up your game. All right, let's see if this baby's open. Again, the park still doesn't open for another 25 minutes technically, so it might not be, and that's okay. Oh, so you go up the All right, so it's not open yet. Again, that's totally fine, but they are doing their tests, so hopefully they'll be open for 10 or maybe sooner. All right, it's 10:03. We've seen 2 test runs and 1 empty train. So if they're running 2 trains, they should be done with their checks and coming down to open it. I'm hoping that there's no errors. I really don't want to be standing here wasting my time, but I'd say if it's not open by 10:30, I'm gonna leave. It's about 10 after, so a little bit of a delay, but nothing crazy. In the middle, just in case they don't have a grouper down there.
So, exactly how fast can lightning rod go?
Damn, I wanted the back, but they're assigning rows, so I'm going to row 5. All right, first ride of the day on Lightning Rod. Honestly, a little underwhelmed. Not to say that it was bad by any means, but it had been hyped up so much that it didn't really live up to that hype. Yeah, the launch was definitely slowed down. It was great at first, but then it slowed down up at the top. It was pretty shaky for an RMC, and I wasn't in the back. I was in row 5, and I have a bit of a headache now. This is also the only RMC I've ridden that doesn't go upside down. I don't know if it's the only one that doesn't go upside down. I wish it was longer. That being said, a couple great moments of ejector. I love the terrain interaction and the quad down. That certainly was something. But yeah, I don't think for everything that it was hyped up to be that it lived up to that. Obviously I'm taking this ride with a grain of salt because it was the first ride of the day, and it was my only ride on it so far, so I'd like to do it again at some point.
They let you drive?
All right, so the plan is to do first lap, just ride the coasters. Second lap, look around at the shops, see the shows. I'll probably get food after. First lap, I'd like to ride the train. I'd like to get another ride on lightning rod. But per usual, first lap of the park is just do the coasters. All right, stop number 2. Blazing Fury. Does it have wait times posted? It says it's a walk-on. All right, Blazing Fury. It was fun. That was a dark ride slash coaster. It was mostly dark ride, but there were 3 drops. So in terms of being a coaster, it didn't really do much, but the nice thing about being a dark ride is that it doesn't need to do much because you got that element of the dark. And when I say dark, I mean like when we were transitioning in between scenes, it was pitch black. Like I had no idea if and when we were gonna drop. So yeah, definitely fun. Would recommend. And it looks like I'm coming right up on my next ride. Let's see if this one has too long of a wait. All right, Tennessee Tornado. Old Arrow Looper, so it hurts. Pretty janky, like side to side. Didn't help the headache. Not the worst. Pretty short in duration, so that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't do it again. I did like the interaction with the terrain though, that was really nice. However, what sucks is great interaction with the terrain means it's absolutely impossible to get footage, especially lightning rod, because it's literally just everywhere except in park view. number 4. I lied, the entrance to Wild Eagle came first, so we're going here first. Kind of excited. This will be my 3rd wing coaster, and they all have different types of first drops. Gatekeeper had the inversion, Thunderbird was a launch, and this is just a straight drop, so yeah. Ooh, this is the longest wait we've seen so far. 5 minutes. When I say the wider, smaller restraints, that's what I mean, by the way. Alright, it just shut down I heard for maintenance, so I assume that means there was an error. We'll come back to this later, not the end of the world. So off to Fire Chaser.
This one's small. This is literally more.
Hey, that was fun. I don't think I've ever ridden any ride like that. Ops were pretty fast. They were running with 4 on a train. I'm not sure if they're running 2 or 3 trains. I don't know if this ride has the capacity to run 3, but
There's a fire!
you know, it was a little rickety, but it was going slow enough that it didn't really hurt. The backwards launch was super forceful. I felt like we were going faster when we were going backwards than when we were going forwards. It was fun. Like I said, this is super unique. I've never seen or ridden anything like this before, so. Also, they're currently running Wild Eagle empty, so after I get this footage, I'm just gonna go over and check on the status of that. The ride was also pretty long. So they are assigning rows. They didn't assign rows on Wild Eagle, they just assigned sides. So that's kind of a bummer. You know, I understand why parks do it. It's convenient for the park, but it's, you know, inconvenient for people who would like a specific row. So.
Alright, Eagles, the super gate is open. If you're ready, go upside down 4 times. Make some noise. Yeah, I see you back here in 222. Dominate. Enjoy your flight.
so that was also pretty fun. Dollywood is really good. I think what sets them aside is the terrain element. You know, a lot of parks have good terrain elements, but not all of them, and not all of them nearly as insane as this. That being said, it was, you know, smooth in general, but kind of shaky for B&M Wing. Definitely rougher than the other two I've ridden. So, as a first thought, I don't think this is my favorite wing coaster. It wasn't bad. That doesn't seem right. Alright, so it looks like Mystery Mine just closed down. TD means temporarily delayed. I'm gonna wait to see what it says. Thunderhead is the next closest ride. Thunderhead looks like a walk-on, so I guess we'll head over there. I lied again. It's a whistle punk chaser time. Alright, the whistle punk chaser was nothing special, you know, typical typical kiddie coaster. But now it's time for Thunderhead. I don't think I've heard anything about if this is smooth or rough, so I'm hoping it's not that bad. I'm gonna try and get closer to the front, but if they're assigning rows, you know, you get what you get. Also, it says Mystery Mine is back open and out of 15, so I have to head up back that way anyway so I can get over to Wildwood Grove. So, looks like I know what my next stop is gonna be. Alright, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. I mean, it was mostly smooth. I mean, not like Mystic Timber smooth, you know, it was rough, but bearable. But there were a couple parts at the beginning that were pretty jackhammery, so I don't know. I know I already have a little bit of a headache coming on, so I'm probably naturally biased going into it, but I don't know. Like I said, not awful, but not great.
That's probably the first ever time I ever put my hand.
Oh,
don't show, right? Yeah,
Alright, so it looks like they have a dual loading station, but they're only using the first station today. There's chains blocking off the second one.
One, two, okay. Do you have some minors and
So I just got a station evac from Mystery Mine. I was in this car right here, number 3. This was the one that was given an issue, so not quite the same evac as Velocicoaster, but you know, still funny that right when I'm about to pull into the station, it goes down. The ride itself was good. There was a part of the indoor section at the very beginning that was pretty jostly. The rest of it was fine. It's very weird. Is this a Eurofighter? If it is, it's definitely a weird Eurofighter. Not that I'm complaining, I just, you know, it had 2 lift hills. That was pretty cool. Indoor elements, fire elements. That stall where they kind of hold you before the dive loop was also pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know. It was fun. I might ride it again later if the line's short enough. Also, look at our friend over here.
Yes, this right around into my next story. This here tale's about Timber Canyon's own Wrong Way Joe.
So they've got a nice big hill where the new Big Bear Mountain is gonna go. I watched the CGI POV once. I don't really remember much, but like I said, Dollywood and terrain. I will have to come out here sometime again, oh darn. I'd like to ride this Black Bear Trail. Is it a credit? Probably not. Alright, time for Dragonflyer. Is this the last coaster at the park? It's only just afternoon. I mean, there's plenty more that I want to do, but I think we're making good time. I think they're only loading the back 3 rows because they let in 2 groups. They loaded rows 8, 9, and 10, and that was it. Sorry, what? Okay, maybe there was just like a really big VIP tour or ADA pass because now they're loading every single row. That was fine. It was actually pretty fun. Probably the smoothest coaster at this park. Nice little family coaster. here's something really interesting. I mean, it makes sense. I just never seen it or thought of it. Let me get around to the other side of this tree. So the lift stairs, let's see if I can get a better view over here. Yeah, so the lift stairs start down there. Part of it detaches and comes to the side here, and then it comes back, and that's because this little piece of track right here, obviously it's inverted, so when it comes around, if this was in line with the rest of the lift, people would get amputated every single ride. So I think that's really smart and innovative that, you know, you can move this over here if you need to evac or if you need to climb the lift in the morning, but you can move it back when the ride is running so that people don't lose their feet. Let me know why that was the biggest takeaway from this ride. So you can see right there, it dives under the lift. So if that little piece of stairs was in place, everybody on that train would have lost their feet. The train itself probably would have been hit. Yeah, pretty fun ride. I think the one thing I don't really like about Wildwood Grove is how it's a dead end. That's my only complaint. This is a nice little family area. Alright, I've done all the rides I want to do at least once, except for the train and the, not antique cars, but the little car ride. So, I just have to loop back around to the front and then I'm basically done with my first lap. So, I'm going to keep walking around, see if I can hit any of the shows. There's a couple shows that seem interesting to me. So here's the thing. Some people might totally agree. Some people might hate me for this, but I hate country. And most of the shows seem to be just like country music. You know, I love music, but I hate country music. But, you know, I'm willing to give a couple of the shows a chance. You know, the ones that seem like they have a... So, 3 missions for this next lap around is find something to eat. I don't think I'm gonna go to the Till and Harvest Hall. They don't really have anything, I think, that appeals to me. Let's look at the menu. Yeah, a bowl seems too heavy, and burgers and chicken tenders are just not. I want something other than the traditional theme park food. All right, so 3 goals. Find something to eat, look at the shops for merch that I might want, and I guess the third one is very broad, but I'd like to re-ride Lightning Rod, get on the cars, and get on the train, and maybe catch some shows. So that is our list of things to check off. It's just after 12:30, park opened at 10. I think I'm making pretty good time. Like I said, I got on all the coasters in just over 2 hours, and the park is open until 6. So we've got about 5.5 more hours to go. I might stay until 6. I might leave a little early, you know. It all depends. I haven't gone open to close at any park on this trip so far. I mean, Busch Gardens Williamsburg is probably the closest, or Universal, but I still technically left before close. But I'm tired, man. Like, my body's just tired. Also, Mystery Mine is still down, so that's fun. I was coming down this pathway to get back to the front, and this lady stopped me and asked me if I did a bunch of the roller coasters because she was wondering which ones go upside down and whatnot. I don't know. I just think it's funny when I get asked those questions. I'm like, you know, do I seem like an enthusiast or an employee? Like, because I'm just wearing like my high school dance team shirt. Like I remember I was asked at Great Adventure once. I was wearing just like a regular like summer tank top. Like in the parking lot, somebody asked me like, "Hey, you work here, right?" And that was back when I was working at New England. I'm like, a different park, but like, how did you know? Also, there's just a little graveyard here. I'm not sure if these are actual people that, you know, worked in the park that passed away. Probably not, because I'm looking at 1928, 1933, that kind of a thing. Kind of grim. They've also got a nice shower for lumberjacks or lumberjills. These are fun cinnamon bread merch. This store, the Emporium, is huge. Like huge. Is this another one of those like classic hard candy making stations? If I'm totally wrong, someone let me know. Alright, I know I said I didn't just want a burger and fries, but Red's Drive-In was right here. It looked good, so why not? These are nice little crinkle fries. They look good. One thing that I really like about, I don't know if it's the park or just this restaurant, but the burger just comes with the patty and cheese, and then they have a condiment bar, which is what's in front of you. So if you just want the burger and cheese, you don't have to say like, oh, hold the lettuce and onion and everything. You know, you just get the burger and cheese, and then you can add whatever you want after. I like that. Okay, lightning rod was, it said 5 minutes, but it's basically a walk-on. They were still assigning rows, which, again, I get it, but kind of annoying. I got row 5 again. I guess it was a little more warmed up, it felt a little faster, but then the rough parts, that means that they felt even rougher. I'm gonna have to look into this, but I believe when they fixed it up in 2016, 2017, whatever the year was, that part of the track got like the iBox and part of the track got the topper track. I mean, just looking at the track on the brake run versus the lift hill, like, yeah, there was iBox on the lift and topper on the brake run. And if that's the case, then I know why some parts were so rough, because the topper track. That's just all I have to say. I'm gonna do the cars now.
Windows down and my blinders on. Radio singing my favorite song. All green lights on the road now. Oh man, I ain't no care. I'm getting them good vibes all in the next good night. I'm bringing on God's time. And I ain't gonna waste one breath. I'm so in all up. I got me the hook up. Man, there ain't nothing gonna spin it. Nothing gonna give it away. And then worries goodbye. I'll be on board. Yeah. Tell you right from the start. You better take me something low down, honey. I wanna hear my beautiful mom. It's gotta pick me up and roll. It's gotta make me wanna jump up and sing. If it ain't close like a bee, I'll kick it in the road. It don't mean to die, I'll sing. Come on, man. Better call the doctor 'cause he probably got the rocket looking for you in a country blues. Country blues. I never knew those words were true till you walked in tonight. All it took was just one look to knock me off my feet. I'm not a man of many words, but I'll make this short and sweet. Yeah! Would you, yes you're gonna, if I ask you, would you want to be my baby tonight? Yeah, take a chance, slow dance, break a little romance, it'll be alright.
I've been working all summer just riding around the dock. Every time I call a baby, they try to get a date. My mom says no that, son, you gotta work late. Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for summertime.
It sure felt right. Maybe it was Memphis. Maybe it was southern nights. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was me. But it sure felt right. Maybe it was Memphis.
Last chance before you say we're through. I know I Take me back, take me back, take me back to the country.
We don't know either, it's a rebel cabin. Just sit back, guys. We're looking for a way at a fireman rod up there, guys. Wave at him, guys. He's just...
All right, so my phone is, battery's going quick today, and I left my charger in my car. So that's why I haven't really recorded much. It is now about 4:30. I did the train ride, which was very fun. I just went and got some cinnamon bread. I got 2 loaves. I figure, you know, 1 for me for tonight. I'm still full from my lunch, but you know, maybe a snack tonight, maybe a snack for the car. I have really long drives the next 2 days, and then, you know, a loaf to bring home, share with family and whatnot. Sorry if I'm out of breath. The Birds of Flight show starts at 5, but there's a shirt that I really liked. However, out of all the shops, I only saw it in the one over in Wildwood Grove, so I'm trying to like sprint over there and get it and then come back for the show. If I miss the first few minutes of the show, it's not the end of the world. All right, that's the update. All right, it is 4:40 exactly. I just got my shirt that I wanted, so now we're heading back to the theater for the Birds of Flight, if that's what it's called. Sorry, I'm kind of speed running it here. I don't know why I had it in my mind the Wildwood Grove closed an hour before the rest of the park, because it almost definitely doesn't. So I'm just crazy and getting my steps in, I guess. It's 4:48. I made it.
I need to hear your loudest and your burliest. East Tennessee, yeehaw! 1, 2, 3! Yeehaw! Perfect. Hey, I really like you over there. Lauren, I think they're about ready for you.
All right, so do we have any owl lovers in the audience? Yeah. Or should I say, who's an owl lover? I'd like to introduce you all to Buster. Now with a quick show of hands, how many of you guys think that Buster is a baby owl? Okay, a few. How many of you think that Buster's an adult owl? Quite a bit more. Well, if you guessed that second answer, go ahead and give yourselves a big pat on the back because you are correct. So when we're driving down the road at night with those headlights on, screech owls are usually on the side of the road, enjoying the lovely yellow lights. So what'll happen is they'll see our headlights, get spooked, fly up, and get hit by a bus. Unfortunately, we do believe this is what happened to Buster since we found him on the side of the road. He also suffered from a detached retina, and our vet team over at UT Knoxville decided it was in his best interest to go ahead and have that eye removed. But don't feel too bad for him, you guys, because he's living his best life here with us today. Free food, free healthcare, what more can you ask for? Sorry, guys, I found my script.
But now, like I said, Jesse's found right here in East Tennessee, but these birds are actually found all across continental North America. They can be found as far north as Canada and as far south as Mexico and the Caribbean. These birds love to spend their time in the mountains of the Rockies, the farmlands of the Midwest, and even right here in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. So they like to perch really high, wait for their prey to come to them before swooping down and trying to catch it. Now you might be wondering, why do we tend to see them near roadways? That's a great question as well. So, very similar to what Lauren spoke earlier about with human litter and it attracts rodents to the sides of roads, same thing happens with these birds. And over time, we've actually come to find that these birds have figured out that they can find a pretty easy meal there. However, keep in mind, whenever these birds are babies, their parents don't teach them to look both ways before crossing the road. So whenever they swoop down to catch their prey, they'll often cross traffic. Hi guys, if you could just take a seat for me, please. Thank you. They often swoop down, they'll cross traffic, and they'll get hit by vehicles. And in fact, just this year alone, thousands of red-tailed hawks will enter wildlife rehabilitation facilities all across our country due to this very reason. So you guys are probably sitting here right now thinking, well, John, what can I do to help protect birds like Miss Jessie? And it's simple. Just don't litter.
Yeah. They also have it's a quail wing. It's his favorite. Huh? It's a quail wing. So they also have a really unique behavior called stacking or backstacking. And this is when one Harris hawk will perch and find a place to sit, and another one will land directly on top of its back. It's not uncommon to see 2 or even 3 Harris hawks stacked on top of each other. The reason they do this is because it allows them to have a place to sit while looking for prey, in a place where there's not a whole lot of perching in the desert. So Harris hawks are perfectly adapted to life out west and in the desert. They're perfectly adapted to life out in the desert. However, the desert is changing. Human advances are leading to the development of areas we once thought uninhabitable. Neatly manicured lawns are replacing the tangled shrublands that these birds call home. Even natural perches are being traded out for power line poles, which often lead to electrocution. Oil and mining industries have also taken a huge toll on the desert. Even ATVs and other off-roading vehicles can scare them out of their nesting areas. So if you guys ever do make it out west to states like Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, even parts of New Mexico, please keep your eyes to the sky for a chance to see this wonderful predator hunting in a pack.
Us for over 30 years now. Now, many of you guys might be wondering, why do we call the bald eagle bald? Because the bear is clearly not bald, he's got feathers on his head. And this is actually because the word bald refers to an Old English word that simply just means white-headed. But keep in mind that the bald eagle doesn't get their iconic white heads or white tail feathers until they're about 4 to 5 years of age.
Alright, so it's just about 5:30. Again, the park closes at 6. It's starting to sprinkle very lightly. There are storms supposed to roll in around 7. I'm gonna see if I can get one more ride on Mystery Mine. I'm not sure what their weather protocol is. I mean, it's barely sprinkling out, but if they're closed, they're closed. So I also really liked that show. It was adorable and informative, so highly recommend. And it was Wings of America, not Birds of Flight. I don't know where I got that name from. I've been seeing these signs all around the park today. Has anybody seen this guy? I'm sorry, 3 hours for Fire Chaser? That can't be right. Is that right? I don't know. Parts of it were smoother, parts of it were rougher. I'm not sure about this one. All right, so I was really thirsty, so I got this frozen strawberry lemonade on a whim. I'm just gonna be honest, it's not good. It's very airy. I know it's not soda, but it tastes bubbly, and I can't do bubbles. I mean, it's not as bubbly as soda, so I'm like dealing with it because I paid $6 for this, but I would not get this again. All right, it is 6:30. Right now, weather says 40% chance of storms at 8 and 30% at 9. That's on the app. The weather.com radar is showing stuff coming in around 8:30 and leaving around 9:30. AccuWeather is showing no precipitation for the rest of the night. So I contacted the mountain coaster. You know, I'd like to get a night ride. Worst comes to worst, I can just come back and ride tomorrow, but I'd like to get a night ride. So I called them about the weather policy. So I'll be keeping an eye on the forecast. I'm going to eat some dinner, including some cinnamon bread, and then hopefully get a sunset or night ride tonight. All right, final stop of the night, and I'm actually walking over. It's definitely darker than it looks on camera, and also, you know, I'm gonna be up in the trees, and you know, by the time I get situated and everything, it's going to be darker. Sunset has already happened. Sunset was about 20 minutes ago. So I'm hoping that, you know, by the time I'm up and, you know, not only it'll take about 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. Sorry, words are hard. This is really pretty though. So I goofed. This is the Moonshine Mountain Coaster, and I booked the Smoky Mountain Alpine Coaster, which is about 7 miles away in Pigeon Forge, but I'm already up here. It's 17 bucks. What the heck? I'll get 2 Alpine credits today. Let me know why that was the most thrilling coaster I rode today. Dude, mountain coasters at night are something else. I mean, you guys can see from those videos that they have like nice lights on the trees. But then like on the bushes, they also had like the tiny dotted lights. Yeah, it was beautiful. Now I have to go back to my hotel room all the way up on the 7th floor to get my key so that I can drive to the coaster I actually already bought a ticket for. So, let's try this again. Oh, this is gonna be the world's longest line. All right, so I think I prefer the lighting package on the Moonshine Mountain Coaster. This one kind of has these neon lights kind of running up the track and along the track, whereas Moonshine kind of had the track itself wasn't necessarily lit, it was the trees around it. However, this one, I'll put a video in, they have a cat. So now I don't know which one I like better.